So, according to several reports by NBA execs, the new move for James Harden is going to Phoenix and joining KD and Devin Booker. And I gotta say that unlike when he joined the Nets, when I was like, okay, this trio will just walk all over the league, this time I just don't believe in it. I don't think it's a good move. Like we've seen KD and James Harden in OKC when they were both young, couldn't get it done. Then we saw them in Brooklyn when that was arguably the best version of KD offensively. James Harden was still pretty good, didn't work, and now you want to run it back again. I just don't think it will work. We've seen that story too many times. Devin Booker is way more reliable than Kyrie Irving. We know that. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to those three and no one around them. So they will just lose to a team with depth, a team that can play defense, everything. Like if you say the Suns will start James Harden, Book, KD, Josh Okogie, and DA, there will be no defense played on that team. No defense played. And the bench will be awful because James Harden, who just got done taking a pay cut for the 76ers, is going to want that real max money. So you won't have no room to actually improve the roster and build, get some 3-and-D guys, get some bench play and everything. Because if you remember, why did they lose against Denver? It's not because of the starting five versus starting 5 minutes. It's because of the bench unit who kept on giving them nothing pretty much. They had one time Landry Shamet dropped 15. So the bench actually gave them like 20 points. But other than that, the bench was averaging something ridiculous like 10 points a game. Like if Cameron Payne has to be your sixth man and your most lethal weapon coming off the bench, you're just not gonna win no championship. I don't care who's on the squad. I don't care if the dream team was out there playing the starting five and then the bench is just Cameron Payne and bums. You're not gonna win. It's that simple. Plus, at that point of his career, James Harden, if he's not injured, you can clearly see that it's not the same in the playoffs because he's tired. Like this season, he was one of the worst finisher of all time around the basket because he didn't have no lift. And that's not an asshole. That's literally one of the stats. It was like shooting below 50% on layups. He was getting blocked every time just because he's tired. He can't do it. It's not his conditioning doesn't allow him to actually provide an elite game in and night out. So you'll get the 45-point game. You'll be like, okay, the man is him. Back to the Houston James Harden version of himself. And the next, right after that, is 10 points with 6 turnovers and trash defense. And you don't understand what happens. To quote the great Stephen A. Smith, it's like they put an APB out on James Harden. Like, it's ridiculous. So I just wouldn't do it if I'm the Phoenix Suns. According to reports, the other options that they are looking at is players like Emmanuel Quickly, Peyton Pritchard, Davion Mitchell, Monte Morris, and Gabe Vincent. So some of them I'll just ask also. Like Emmanuel Quickly is pretty good. Peyton Pritchard is not going to do it. Davion Mitchell is okay. Monte Morris is not going to do it. But Gabe Vincent is the type of player that should, in my opinion, target. Because, he's worked himself towards a good deal. So you can pay him like 15 to 20 mil a year and still have room to go build and have a lot of decent pieces on the squad. Because, if the Phoenix Suns go out there with 5 legit players and that's it, it's just not going to be enough. If you look at both of the squads who are in the finals, the Nuggets can legit rely on 7 to 8 players on a night in and night out basis, and same for the Miami Heat. So it's very hard to game plan against those kinds of squad because you never know where it comes from. The Nuggets, if you look at the masterpiece of finals that they're putting up together, they have that one game when all of the role players were ass. So Joker and Murray actually carried the team. But other than that, it's been okay. One game you'll have the 15 points from Christian Brown. The other game, Aaron Gordon will give you 20. The other game, KCP will be great. The other game, Bruce Brown will be great, So that's what happens, and this is what you need when you win a championship. The days of, we're going to just pack up some stars and just give it a go are over. And even if you look at that era, right? Like, for example, if you look at Miami, the Big Three era, And with LeBron, D-Wade, and Chris Bosh, they went 2-2 just because 1 year they choked. So it's just like as if LeBron James was out there injured. So then they were too top heavy to do anything. And against the Spurs, they just ran into a deeper team and they got blown off the floor. So even for big threes that really worked, that were great, if the team doesn't make sense around, it's not going to be enough. Why the Golden State Warriors were so great? It was because it was Steph, it was KD, it was Clay, but it was also Draymond, it was Iggy, it was Livingston, it was Looney, and I can keep going. It was JaVale McGee, all them boys. I don't think Looney was there, JaVale McGee, but all them boys could contribute, It wasn't just a big three that was amazing. It was a squad. And the Suns need to get themselves a squad. They have a great duo, one of the best duos in the league. They have DA so far. Let's build something cohesive around this guy. Let's not go get and sacrifice all of the cap space on one other guy, and then you're left with dumb stuff. So yeah. So this is my take on this James Harden to Phoenix move. If you agree with me, let me know. If you disagree with me, let me know also in the comment section. The purpose of those videos is just to start conversations, man. So yeah, give it to me, man. And so I appreciate you guys for checking me out, and I'll see y'all boys later. Peace.